Ever wondered how the United States came to be? Our story begins in the late 18th century, a tumultuous period marked by revolutionary fervor. The 13 British colonies in North America, brimming with a desire for self-governance, kindled the flames of the American Revolution. Key figures emerged, their names now etched in the annals of history. George Washington, a military genius, led the Continental Army against the British forces. Meanwhile, Thomas Jefferson, a man of letters, drafted the Declaration of Independence. This monumental document, signed on the 4th of July, 1776, was more than just a parchment of protest. It was a bold proclamation of freedom, a beacon of hope for a new nation. The United States was not born out of convenience, but out of a yearning for liberty and justice. These ideals, as outlined in the Declaration, became the cornerstone of this nascent nation. And so, in 1776, the United States of America was born. The United States didn't always look the way it does now, did it? Our nation's canvas has been painted with strokes of ambition, conflict, and resilience. Let's delve into the era of westward expansion and the Civil War. The early 19th century was a time of rapid growth for the United States. One monumental event was the Louisiana Purchase in 1803. For a mere $15 million, America doubled its size overnight, acquiring vast territories from France. This was a bargain that paved the way for our nation's westward expansion. Then came the Oregon Trail, a 2,000-mile wagon route that stretched from Missouri to Oregon. It was a journey filled with hope and hardship as pioneers sought out new opportunities in the fertile lands of the West. The gold rush of 1848, too, spurred a massive migration westward. The promise of striking it rich lured thousands to California. As people from all walks of life flocked to the West, the United States' complexion started to shift, gaining a more diverse and complex identity. But with growth came conflict. The North and the South, two halves of the same country, found themselves on opposite sides of a bitter dispute over slavery. The Civil War, the bloodiest conflict in our nation's history, was the culmination of this divide. Key figures emerged during this time, none more influential than Abraham Lincoln. His Emancipation Proclamation in 1863 declared that all slaves in Confederate-held territory were to be set free. This bold move not only changed the course of the war, but also the moral compass of the nation. Lincoln's Gettysburg Address, a mere 2 minutes long, is now etched in our collective memory. It reminded us that the United States was conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. The nation was torn apart, but it managed to stitch itself back together. The scars of the Civil War still remain, but they serve as a reminder of our country's resilience, our capacity for change, and our unwavering pursuit of a more perfect union. Do you know what propelled the United States onto the world stage? Let's take a step back into the late 18th century, when the United States was humming with the rhythm of the Industrial Revolution. A time when the nation's landscape was rapidly changing, fueled by the rise of factories and burgeoning cities. The country was shifting gears from an agrarian society to an industrial powerhouse. The invention of the cotton gin, the development of the steam engine, and the expansion of the railroads were just the beginning. Enter Henry Ford, a man with a vision who revolutionized the automobile industry with his assembly line production method. His Model T car became a symbol of American ingenuity, making automobiles affordable for the average citizen and setting the pace for the 20th century. But it wasn't all about industry. As the globe plunged into chaos with the outbreak of World War I, the United States initially adopted a policy of neutrality. However, in 1917, they joined the Allies, playing a decisive role in tipping the scales towards victory. The war also led to a surge in industrial production and technology, further strengthening the nation's economic muscle. Then came the day that will live in infamy, December 7, 1941, Pearl Harbor. This devastating attack spurred the United States into World War II. Despite the destruction and loss, it was during this time that the country made one of its most significant scientific advancements, the Manhattan Project. This top-secret endeavor led to the creation of the atomic bomb, a weapon that would ultimately bring an end to the war. In the face of these adversities, the United States found strength, resilience, and innovation. The country emerged from the ashes of the world wars as a global power, forever changing the dynamic of international relations. In adversity, the United States found strength and emerged as a global power. Did you know the United States played a crucial role in shaping the world as we know it today? Indeed, the mid-20th century was a significant period in history, marked by tension, innovation, and the relentless pursuit of equality. The Cold War kicked off in the aftermath of World War II, with the United States and Soviet Union emerging as superpowers. This silent showdown lasted for almost half a century, shaping the global political landscape. The space race, a high-stakes competition between these two nations, was a defining feature of this period. When Neil Armstrong planted the American flag on the moon in 1969, it was seen as a monumental victory for the United States, propelling humanity into a new era of exploration. Parallel to these global events, a significant internal struggle was underway. The Civil Rights Movement, a powerful social crusade, sought to end racial discrimination and segregation in America. Spearheaded by courageous leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., the movement marked a turning point in the nation's history. King's iconic "I Have a Dream" speech in 1963 continues to inspire millions around the world, symbolizing the ongoing struggle for equality. The Vietnam War was another significant event of this era, with the United States deeply involved. This conflict, marked by intense anti-war sentiments and protests, further emphasized the nation's internal divisions and the growing disillusionment with government policies. The fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 signaled the end of the Cold War, with the United States standing as a key player in this global shift. This event marked the beginning of a new era and the end of a chapter filled with tension and transformation. Through all these events, the United States navigated a tumultuous period, continually evolving and reshaping itself. These chapters of history, filled with triumphs and trials, have left an indelible mark on the nation and the world at large. The United States navigated through a tumultuous period and continued to evolve. How has the United States adapted to the rapid technological advancements of the 21st century? This question marks the beginning of our exploration into the digital age and beyond, a time of unprecedented change and growth for the United States. With the turn of the millennium, the internet became a household term. This virtual world, once a playground for tech enthusiasts, transformed into a global marketplace, a source of information, and a platform for social interaction. The United States, with its entrepreneurial spirit and innovative minds, led this revolution. A key figure in this digital transformation was Steve Jobs. His vision and leadership at Apple Inc. introduced groundbreaking products like the iPhone and the iPad, reshaping not just the tech industry, but also how we communicate, work, and live. But the dawn of the new century also cast dark shadows. The War on Terror, sparked by the tragic events of September 11, 2001, marked a pivotal moment in American history. The nation united in grief and resolve, and the world watched as the United States responded with a global campaign against terrorism. This period redefined the country's foreign policy and military strategy, impacting countless lives at home and abroad. The 2008 financial crisis was another significant event of this era. The collapse of major financial institutions sent shockwaves around the world, leading to a severe global recession. The crisis exposed systemic flaws in the financial sector and prompted a re-evaluation of economic policies and regulations. Amid these turbulent times, the United States also witnessed a historic moment in 2008 with the election of Barack Obama, the first African-American president of the country. His presidency symbolized progress and hope for many, and his leadership navigated the nation through the complexities of the digital age and its challenges. The United States continues to face challenges and opportunities as it strides into the future. As we venture further into the 21st century, the nation's ability to adapt and innovate will continue to shape its journey, just as it has throughout its history. So, what have we learned about the United States? We've journeyed through the birth of a nation, born of revolutionary ideas and a quest for freedom. We've explored the westward expansion, a period of discovery, growth, and also deep conflict leading up to the Civil War. We've witnessed the power of the Industrial Revolution, a time of transformation and progress, and the deep scars and triumphs of the World Wars. The Cold War era, a time of tense global politics and the fight for civil rights at home, has left its mark on the nation's identity. We've entered the digital age, a testament to the relentless spirit of innovation, and looked ahead to the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century. Each chapter in this story has shaped the United States, a land of diversity and opportunities, and it continues to evolve, influenced by and influencing the world around it. The United States, a land of diversity and opportunities, continues to shape and be shaped by the world. It's a fascinating journey, don't you think?